I've just finished checking the quizzes on 5.1 and 5.2 and pleased to say that we had some very good scores here. Actually, some of you, I think this is the most 110s that we've had. So let's just give a review. The greatest common factor of these, as we look at the 20, the 15, and the 10, that would be a 5 for the number part. Then x to the fourth, x to the third, x to the fifth. That would be x to the third is the greatest we could take out of each one. Then we have a y, and y to the second. We can take out a y. Okay. Now, many looked at this and they thought it was 3. But remember, this is even. So you could actually, the greatest common factor of these is a 6. Now, for this one, we said when you simplify it, and again, we worked it out, you put the 3x under each term, and then you simplify. So you can take one of the x's away. So this is going to be x to the second over 3, what's left there. Next term is going to be a negative 2 for the number part. You can take one x out. And here you can take the x's out, but you're left with 2/3. Now here we've asked you to factor out the negative. Well, as you look at the numbers, you can factor out a negative 2 and a to the second out of each term. Now that's going to change each of the signs. So where this one was a negative now becomes a positive 2a to the third. This was a positive, now it's going to become a negative a, because negative times negative will give you a positive, and then this is negative, so it will become positive 3. And that's what you'd have for example 4 here. Now for number 5, we have a 4-term polynomial. What would line 2 look like? Now for line 5 here, example 8, we're looking for what is line 2 like when we factor by grouping. So we look at our first 2 terms, we can take out an x there, and this becomes y plus 5. Our next 2 terms, we can take out a plus 3. And this becomes y plus 5. So there is our second line. Now the third line, which we're not asking for here, is you bring the x and the plus 3 in one set of parentheses, and then the common binomial in the other. All right, let's take a look now in section 5.2, example 2. Now as we look at this, we can take out a negative 3 out of each term. And in a sense, this would be our line 2. Now this then becomes a positive x squared. This will become a positive x. And this will become a negative 12. So now we go to factor that. We have a negative 3, 2 sets of parentheses. Our a term is 1, so all that's going to go there is an x and an x. Now we want factors of a negative 12 that add up to a positive 1. Well, that will be a 4 and a 3. And we need a positive in the center, so this is a plus and this is a negative. All right, let's go on. Positive. Now in factoring this one, there's no common factors. It's in standard form, so this is going to be 2x and x. 3 is prime, so does it go here or there? it goes here, and everything is positive, and that's the factorization of this one. Now, for number 8, we just wanted the answer. Check on your notes. So this was 5x minus 2 and x plus 5. In number 9, we're referring to the AC method. Here's our trinomial. This is our A term. This is our B term, and we went over this in class today. And what does AC equal? Well, A times C is 20. So this answer is 20. Now, when you are figuring out what the second line would be, I'll have to move that up a little. So this is sort of an easy one. There's my 20. I can do a prime factorization. This is going to be 2 times 2 is 4 and a 5. 4 times 5 is 20, but 4 plus 5 is 9. So what would line 2 of this look like? Well, you're going to keep this same part here. That would be 2x squared. Now you're going to convert this 9 into the factors of a 4 and a 5. So plus 4x plus 5x plus 10. So we gave you sort of an easy one to work with. This is the AC method. And then for our bonus, what was the answer to example 7? Was 3x, and then 2x minus 3, and 3x minus 2. Okay, again, we had some very good grades, but some didn't do that well. So what do you need to improve on? Note-taking? Repeating the video? Whatever's needed. You want to try to pump up your scores. Remember, things are going to get more challenging as we move on now in our 1108 material.